Hello and welcome to Tea Break Live. If you're just joining us, then welcome. It says I've been live for 7 minutes. I'm pretty sure that I haven't been. But here we go. This is Tea Break Live. We are here today to do something a little bit different. The first thing we're going to do is sort of talk about the format, because we're doing a lot of songwriting on here. And I want to open that up as much as I possibly can. Not just to songwriting, but to other things. So it might be that we rearrange a tune. It might be we kind of come up with some kind of loop. But the idea is we're going to make something out of nothing in 10 minutes, in the time it takes to make and drink a cup of tea. I think it's better to have a format that's less restrictive. I think it kind of feels the right way to take this. And obviously we've written some songs, and I'm pretty sure this might be the 10th time we've done this. So if you join us again, welcome back. And I've got an idea for what I'm going to do today. And it's probably, this is kind of why I wanted to change the format, because don't think I'm changing the format because it makes it easier. It's actually to make it slightly more difficult. I am going to, today, rewrite a song of my own. Now, this is incredibly hard for me for a number of reasons. First of all, I used to be quite a perfectionist, so I used to kind of obsess over this kind of stuff, to the point where I'd go, well, this song isn't quite right, and I don't know what it needs, and what does it need to be finished, and as a result, I'd never quite release it. You might have noticed that there are quite a few versions of the song everywhere in my back catalogue. And it's had about 3 lyric rewrites before I became happy with it. And the irony is that actually, that was when I learned to be less of a perfectionist, when I released the version with the usual ones. And I spent a lot longer on the lyrics on that. Not many of the musical elements changed. Now that was pretty consistent throughout all of it. But yeah, when it comes to the older songs that I wrote a long time ago, songs that we're talking are nearly 2 decades old. I was talking about this with Jodie before I did this, because I was telling her what I was going to do today. And it's terrifying to think that the song that I'm about to play and rewrite with you this evening is nearly 2 decades old. And it may take me longer than the tea break to process that. The song that I'm going to rewrite today is called Think About It. And Think About It was a song that we used to play in the local Heroes, my band, and it was a regular in the set list, and it was the acoustic number, the classic acoustic number. And the lyrics are very dated. You can tell they were written by me as a teenager. A lot of references to walking down corridors at school. In fact, I'm just going to play it. The embarrassment I feel from these lyrics, I've just got to get it out of my system. So, the coolest thing about this song, which I think is something that stood up over the test of time, is this little acoustic part. Which I got by looping, believe it or not. So I did the 1, 5, 6, 4 chord progression and came up with the power of looping. It's been helping me for nearly 2 decades. So it goes like this. It had to start off somewhere, and I know it's an unlikely place. Walk past you in the corridor at school, just to one look at your face. And I fell in love instantly, could only picture you and me just sat there, yeah. And I got to know you somehow, and it's plain or simple to see that after all these years now, you are, no, hang on, cause after all these years now, there's no other girl for me. So just think about it, me and you, think of all the things we do, darling, when you hold my hand, don't you know that it's true? I wanna hold you till the sun goes down. Honestly tell me that you love me too. And that's the first verse and chorus. It's okay, we got through it. But what I'm going to do when I start the Tomato Timer, now that I've played you that song, is I'm going to take the melody, I'm going to take the chords, and I'm going to choose a totally different theme, which I haven't done yet, and just kind of go with it and see if I can rewrite it. Use the tune again. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the timer. I've got my cup of tea, and let's just go for it. Okay, Tomato Timer is going on. Okay, so this is really hard because part of me is going, this is, you know, it had to start off somewhere. That's the... It had to start off somewhere, and I know it's an unlikely place. I've been singing that now for nearly 20 years. So, it needs to fit those syllables. I know you're thinking of me. I hope you're thinking of me when you're lost. I hope you're thinking of me when you're sat there scrolling your phone. Okay. I hope you're thinking of me when you're sat there scrolling your phone. Try not to change the tune. Okay. I hope you're thinking of me while you're out there scrolling your phone. Here he is. Here's Cameron. Good evening, Cameron. We are rewriting an old song of mine that I wrote when I was a teenager. Rewriting some lyrics. In fact, seeing as you're here, let's do this. Let's do this the proper way. Go. Fantastic. That's better. As you sat there scrolling your phone. Hello, my dad, who's in Scotland. So hello from Scotland. It's great to see you on here as well, Dad. I take it that's aimed at Piastri, Cameron, not at me. I had to start. No, hang on. I hope you're thinking of me as you sit there scrolling your phone. Keeps you busy. Thinking alone. I hope you're thinking of me as you sit there scrolling your phone. It keeps you busy while you dream of being Okay, that's something. I hope you think... No. Let's go for I Know for the first one, I hope for the second. I know you're thinking of me. No. I know you're thinking of me as you sit there scrolling your phone. I hope you think as you dream of being alone. Yeah, it's really difficult, this, because all I can think of is the old lyrics to the song. That's all I can think of. So, I know if you're watching this, Dad, you might know this song. This is a Local Heroes song. It is one of the ones that I wrote as a teenager. I'm trying to write some lyrics to it. And I'm just going with what's coming into my head. I've got no sort of fixed agenda with this. I don't necessarily know where I'm going to go. But... okay. I hope you're thinking of me as you sit there scrolling your phone. When you dream of being alone. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the next bit. Something that and I see you smile, and I see your smile on your face. No, it needs to rhyme, doesn't it? While. Can't be while though, it's too stereotypical. So and I see you smile a little while, and it takes a while to see you smile. That works if we swap it around. And it takes a while to see you smile. There we go. There we go. This could be potentially being broadcast in a restaurant in Scotland. Lip reading. Excellent. Okay, so... and so once in a while I see you smile. It takes me back to when... Okay. And once in a while I see you, and once in a while I see you smile. And once in a while it takes a smile. Once in a while I see you smile. It takes me back to when things were not difficult. Things were not so difficult. Once in a while I see you smile. Once in a while I see you smile. It takes me back to when. Once in a while it takes a while. And once in a while I see you smile. It takes me back to when. And once in a while it takes a smile. Once in a while I see you smile. It takes me back to when things were not so difficult. Ben's the obvious one, isn't it? Once in a while I see you smile. It takes me back to when our lives were not so difficult. And once in a while I see you smile. It takes me back to when things are not so difficult. Things are not so difficult. You love me so much then. It's difficult. This is difficult because it's like, not only am I thinking about the old song, but it's like trying not to come up with something that basically has the same meaning. Once in a while I see you smile. It takes me back to when. Once in a while I see you smile. It takes me back to when the things were not so difficult, you loved me so much then. Once a while I see you smile, it takes me back to when. To things were not so difficult, you loved it so much then. Once a while I see you smile, it takes me back to when. Things were not so difficult, you loved it so much then. Okay. Okay. I know you're thinking of me. I know you're thinking of me as you sit there scrolling your phone. Dun, 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 dun. Just a fear of being alone. And once a while I see you smile, it takes me back to when. Always catches me off guard. Things are not so difficult. You love me so much then. You love me so much then. I know you're thinking of me as you sit there scrolling your phone. I hope you're thinking of it, just a time of being alone. And once a while I see you smile, it takes me back to then. Things were not so difficult, you loved me so much then. Once a while I see you smile, it takes me back to when. Once a while I see you smile, it takes me back to then. Things were not so difficult, I loved you so much then. Okay, it's a reasonable start. It's really interesting. If you're in this situation, if you're a songwriter and you've ever gone back to your old work and gone, okay, can I do anything to this? It's really hard when I've played this song at gigs with bands. I've done acoustic versions of it over the last 2 decades, which I'm still not used to. And it's just fixed in my head. It's totally fixed in my head. And like trying to change it now, knowing that even like under the fingers it feels the same as it did, it's so hard to do for all kinds of reasons. But I hope that's given you a little bit of an insight into maybe how we can get rid of that perfectionism and a sense of habit. Maybe we could write to someone else's tune. That's possible. Other people have done it. I think it makes more sense to use my own stuff, right? But hopefully that gives you an idea. This has been Tea Break Live. Thank you for tuning in, wherever you've tuned in from. Be that a restaurant in Scotland or here in Doncaster. As always, thank you for tuning in. And I will see you next week, where I don't know what I'm going to do. I just don't know. It might be a bit of songwriting, it might be a bit of rearranging, but join me this time, 7 p.m. I'll see you there.